I'm eating like the president for an entire day, and today it's Woodrow Wilson. Bad news. Breakfast is 2 raw eggs stirred into grape juice. Stirred, not shaken. Sorry for such a slap in the face kind of intro, but that gives you a taste of how my morning felt. This was medically recommended to Wilson to help with his anxious stomach and overall poor health. It had the opposite effect on me. Wilson said
Wow.
That is writer Bennett Ray. He wanted to be president when he grew up. Now he just eats like one. In his viral Cooking with Congress videos, he digs up recipes of the world's most powerful figures and recreates them.
Wow, he joins us from California to talk about a few of his favorites, maybe some terrible ones. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry, Robin. Thank you so much for having me. And thanks for putting me through the watching myself
How
eat
did
that.
this start?
You know, this started actually from my grandma, my wife's grandma. She gave me this old cookbook from the 1980s, and it was filled with these completely unhinged, weird recipes, all from politicians. And I was just in love with it. Diabetic cucumber Jello salad and ham.
Yeah,
and I had to recreate them.
There was some real weird stuff back in the day. The first one we want to look at is one of the worst, not a politician, but politically adjacent, Mary Todd Lincoln. What was that?
This is a recent one that has left some scars on me. It was a beef tongue in aspic, which is essentially a boiled beef tongue in broth flavored Jello. I'm of the opinion that food should not lick back.
Oh,
Speaking, and it was really tough to get through.
oh, that's awful. And Nixon was also on the worst list.
Nixon, this is a personal kind of vendetta I have against ketchup. It's the one food I'm just not a big fan of out there in the world, and he loved ketchup on his cottage cheese. Just straight ketchup on cottage cheese.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, okay. And you say Harry Truman, there was some good stuff there.
Harry Truman's one of my favorites. Now, you have to bear with me for a second because he does start the day with like a shot of bourbon.
Okay.
But better, I think, you get to, it doesn't affect your sleep, maybe better in the morning than at night, but tons of vegetables, really well-made, well-prepared foods. Simple, but balanced. A lot of fruits, too, in there. So I liked Harry Truman's diet.
Yeah. And of the presidents over the last 25 years or so, who had good diets?
I'll say that Barack Obama seemed to be very efficient, very healthy, really well balanced. Bill Clinton's was pretty outrageous for his presidency. If you remember him jogging to McDonald's, that is one of the less balanced diets out there in the past 25 years.
So,
and I really actually like George W. Bush's diet a good bit. A lot of spice in there, which you don't get a ton of in a lot of American politicians' diets.
all right. So in addition to these Mary Todd Lincoln, the ones we mentioned, I think we showed a video of some weird pie you were making with lettuce leaves and sprinkling sugar and beef tallow. What the heck was that?
That was a Martha Washington special, her lettuce tart, which you don't, in your mind combine dessert and lettuce very often. And there's a good reason for that, apparently. It was stewed prunes were in there as well. This is a recipe that I really want to fix and make delicious. It's just going to take, maybe 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, Jefferson obviously had a farm and brought vanilla to the country, and he was very interested in that. Do you have any good recipes from him?
I just made the other day his drunken loaf, which is essentially a giant piece of French bread with wine poured over it and then topped with mac and cheese, which doesn't sound too bad.
Wow. Who would have thought?
That's crazy.
Well, do you make these and then try and make them better too, Bennett? Do you try and improve them so that they're like the Martha Washington tart? Have you tried to make that better?
Definitely. I really want to stick to the original recipes first to give them their fair shot. And then since then, I just get obsessed with making these recipes more interesting and maybe bring them up to date, modernize them, and make them delicious. So the lettuce tart, I'm still working on it. I've had a few variations that still not there yet.
Are there any ingredients that were used a lot way back when that you think we got to bring this back?
I mean, I'm going to catch heat for this one, but I think Jello. I think we can bring back Jello in a fun way. Not with beef tongue.
Yeah.
With more fruits and whipped cream, I think we could bring it back and have fun with it.
Well, you can find Bennett on all the socials at Cooking with Congress. Great idea. Thanks, Bennett.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Larry and Robin. Have a great morning.
You too.